Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something today, which is Apple. As you guys know, I am an Apple shareholder. I did have said in the past one of my regrets is that I did not buy Apple stock earlier. I actually just started buying Apple in I think 2020 or so. I kind of felt a little embarrassed about it because I've been actually a big fan of Apple since 2012. Imagine if I had bought Apple back in 2012. Oh well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Anyway, so as you guys know, Apple came out and they're going to be doing a self repair program. I wanted to share you guys my thoughts about this program as well as the Apple Card that's coming out as well as Apple stock. Now, when I was reading about this, right, I thought this was brilliant. This is their response in saying, "Hey, all of you right to repair people, you're giving us shade, you're saying F us, that kind of stuff. We're gonna shut you up. We're going to sell directly to the consumers if they want to purchase it, and we'll give them outline of how to fix it." Right? This is what they've been saying. It removes Apple as a target. Now, what this does not do, though, it doesn't make things easier to fix. Now, what I'm seeing is that it will be certain things. So, it'll be for the iPhone 12, iPhone phone for 13. Later on, it will be certain parts for the Macs. Now, I don't know if they're going to make this computer easy to fix. If it is, I just kind of wonder for everyone who's been crapping on Apple about having hard to fix computers if they make it easy. That argument about Apple trying to make things tough to repair, yeah, that's going to be gone. I also wonder though if they do make things more difficult to repair, if they can just say, "Oh, we have to do it because of aesthetics." But if you want to do it, you can do it. Just keep in mind it might take you quite some time to, let's say, replace the keyboard, do with all those rivets kind of thing. So you can buy parts. This is what they're saying in the future. You can buy parts through the Apple self-service repair online stores, and the orders will include a repair manual. Now, they do say that it's intended for individual technicians with knowledge and experience to repair electronic devices. My concern about this is, let's say there's a person who says, "Oh, I can do this, I can fix this." They somehow screw something up, because not everybody, as much as people like to think about people, everybody knows how to replace anything. Let's be honest. There are a lot of dumbasses out there, and I don't mince words about that kind of thing. Some people who probably burn water. If you put it in a pot, they're going to burn it. I would not be surprised if there's some people out there who say, "Oh, I tried to open up the computer. I accidentally ripped a cable. Whoops, I don't know what to do. Oh, I need to bring it to Oh, I'm going to bring it to the Apple store to replace." If they have a negative experience fixing things, I will not be surprised if this actually goes in Apple's favor, where Apple says, "Yeah, we allowed people to do these repairs. Some people were successful. However, some people, they just found out that they bought this keyboard. They don't know how to replace it. They don't feel confident enough. So, yeah, they came back to the Apple store and we did it for them. We helped them out." You see where I'm getting at? Either way, I think this is a really good move on Apple's part. However, I don't see this as 100% like a success, because there will be people who mess things up, will be people who will maybe just give up, give up on the repair and say, "I'll leave it to the professionals. I'll leave it to the Apple authorized people. I'll leave it to the Apple store and the Genius Bar to fix it." So we will see. But I am happy that they are allowing people to purchase parts in the future. I'm not going to give them crap for the old parts. I know people will be like, "Well, how about my 2014 MacBook? Why don't..." Look, they can't. This is a for-profit business. They're not going to be holding parts from 2010 kind of thing. There are some people out there, right, who are going to give crap to Apple and say, "Well, my 2011 MacBook, it still works. I thought this was a repair program." Oh, whatever. Just buy a new Apple product. Don't be so cheap. Or upgrade your Apple product would be my suggestion over here. So, today, this did come out. Actually, yesterday came out. Apple now believes it can ship self-driving EVs as soon as 2025. Ooh. I was interested in this. So not only am I a Apple shareholder, I'm also a Tesla shareholder. I also own Neo. I also own Lucid as well. So I've been in the EV game because I see how it is. I kind of think to myself, Yeah, I think the money is going to go over there, so I want a little piece of it. I don't anticipate growing any more of my holdings. I think right now we're in uncharted territory. It's getting kind of bubble like. It's I don't want to say it's scary, but it makes me uncomfortable to expand more, except on a few stocks. So this over here, right? Apple has been working on this so-called Project Titan for a while, and this was the part that was really interesting to me. They said that they want to launch it in about 4 years, faster than the 5 to 7 year timeline, and they want to see, if they can do a full self-driving system. In fact, I was reading that they were thinking about getting rid of the driving, the steering wheel, and my antenna went up because I thought to myself, oh man, if they get rid of the steering wheel, then people don't have to drive. People like me who don't like driving, the Apple Car could be a godsend. We will see. I hope that they're successful. There are a lot of bad drivers out there. There's a lot of people who, let's say, drive 25 miles when the speed limit is 50 miles per hour. And I will, I'm curious to see how this will pan out. Now, this is a direct competition. This is like basically calling out Tesla, because you guys know Tesla is going on this whole full self-driving thing. My gut feeling tells me is I think Apple will be able to stick with the timeline. I don't know anything about Tesla because Tesla seems to be pretty secretive. Depending on who you talk to, people will say they deliver or they underperform. But we can't deny Tesla seems to be years away from their competitors. Now, how they compare to Apple right now, this top secret project, we don't know. I guess we will see who comes out first with the full self-driving. I do think that Apple's full self-driving will be better than Tesla's. Just my gut feeling, because Apple's very thorough about certain things. Like, for instance, right? Let's talk about what's that called? Tile. Tile? Let me show you guys this. Okay, so tile is one of those things where if you lose something, don't worry, you can find it. However, it does have limitations. Let me pull this up for you. Come on. So the tile's range is only up to 400 feet. Let's say, for instance, I forget my keys. I put on a park bench. I have this little keychain thing on. I forget about it, right? If I'm outside of 400 feet, it will not track my keys. However, Apple has one over here. A key finder. I think it's a key finder. Forgot what it's called. Apple AirTag. Did you hear about this? People were actually recommending that I get this for you. Oh, I mean not you. I meant this guy over here who's looking at me. He's probably criticizing my mic technique. He's like waiting for me and my mic technique.
She talks to me. She talks to the screen. Never into the microphone.
What? Okay, so look at the Apple one, right? So Tile is upset because Apple is moving on their turf. I've heard about Tile for so many years, but nothing really interested in me in this. However, look at this. This baby, the Apple AirTag, not a promotion, okay? Not sponsored or anything like this. But this is absolutely brilliant. The way the AirTag works, it connects with your phone, and then it tells you where your thing is. See? So they use this Find My Network. And then for Tile, if you want to find your stuff, I guess you could do it, but then you got to pay a subscription service. Apple doesn't have that. It's like Apple says, hey, if you buy one of our iPhones, that's their requirement. You need to have one of the latest iPhones. We'll include this in over here. And it's great. See this? So you have to use an iPhone 11 or iPhone 12, which unfortunately I don't have. But now I'm thinking to myself, man, imagine if I had a bunch of expensive items. I would get an iPhone 11 or 12, buy 20 of these AirTags if I had if I had a lot of camera equipment or something, and then just sew this stuff into the line or bags or keychains and stuff. It would be great. Oh my gosh, this is I thought to myself, Apple thought tile was lacking, and as a result of that, they went out to make this AirTag, and not everybody can buy it. Again, you have to be an iPhone 11 or iPhone 12 owner. You cannot use like an old, outdated iPhone. And if you're interested in this stuff, this will either incentivize you to go and get the iPhone 11 or 12, or alternatively, it will make you, it will just kind of reward you. You know, if you already have it, you'll say, oh, think about all these people. Oh, so-and-so lost their keys. Oh, they should have had an AirTag. Oh, they don't have an iPhone 11 or 12. They have a Samsung. It was just great. See? So you got privacy controls too. And this stuff is only like $20. So it has ultra fast wideband, bigger network, easier to find for you. And yeah, so I am a big fan of this AirTag. I don't have this because, again, I don't have the iPhone 11 or iPhone 12. But Tile just seems like they sat on their laurels and they didn't have a competitor. Apple came in and they just squished them like a little bug. So anybody who maybe keeps losing their keys, I know sometimes people lose their keys, like it goes between the couch cushions and stuff like that. Think about getting an AirTag. You know, maybe it'll be worth it for you to get like a $29 AirTag. You don't have to charge it. See this? Oh, it's great. Ooh. So it taps into the existing network over here. Apple's product line, it's very big. They've done everything that I can think of. You know, the watch, the smartphones, the tablets, the computers. We got the portable with the Mac Minis over here, the desktops, the iPods. They even got like Apple TV. What else? AirPods. See all this stuff? They even got into the fitness sector, right? What was it? Beats too, right? Beats. All this stuff. Airport. Oh, don't forget the time machine stuff. Like I don't know what else they can get into, but the fact that they thought about making these AirTags tells me a lot about this company. It tells me that they're constantly innovating. They're constantly going to grow bigger and bigger. And anybody who throws shade at Apple, who says, "Oh, Apple is going to, fail in 2 years," you just wait, some other company is going to beat them. I don't see it happening. It's like someone telling me, for instance, oh, Erica, like Chewy.com is going to overtake Amazon. It's not going to happen. Like, Amazon is so well diversified that one little retailer, like a Walmart, a Target, a Chewy, they cannot compete. It's like a huge mammoth. And that's the beauty of Apple. Apple just, they don't get too comfortable. It's like, and it shows, it shows in their product lineup. And I know people who don't like Apple products get pissed off about this stuff because they'll say, well, they're making another Apple product. Ho, ho, ho. Look at all these idiots over here. But find me another brand or another company that thinks about this kind of stuff this extensively. I don't think there is any. I've heard about, let's say, Samsung. Samsung had the little tablets, but does anybody talk about that stuff anymore? No. I've seen like maybe one or two times. I've seen like the Samsung watch, but other than maybe 3 times in the last year, I barely see that stuff. Now, if you go on the New York City subway, you'll see iPhones galore. You'll see Apple watches. In fact, when Lewis and I went to the Chicago conference, I looked in an elevator, right? I wanted to see what everybody had, and all the women had iPhones. And if they didn't have an iPhone out, I knew they had an iPhone because I recognized the Apple Watch. That told me that if you got these people who are professionals using Apple products, especially if they're affiliated with some kind of like reuse, recycle thing, then they're thinking that Apple serves their best interests, even though it might not be the most flexible, even though it might not be the cheapest thing out there. It works for them. And most likely these people, when their iPhone breaks, when their Apple Watch breaks, what are they going to replace it with? They're going to replace it with another Apple Watch. They're going to replace it with another iPhone. It's a great ecosystem, and it's really stood the test of time. And I don't see Apple losing market share anytime soon. In fact, if people do stop buying stuff for whatever reason, do you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, I'm going to stay more at home. I'm going to spend more time on my computer. I'm going to spend more time on my phone. I'm going to spend more time listening to music. What kind of phone are they using, right? What kind of laptop are they using? What kind of desktop are they using? All that thing. What kind of earpods or AirPods or headphones are they using? I know a number of people where once they get into Apple products, they start buying a company related products. So for instance, right, if you have a MacBook, you might buy, oh, okay, I want to have some Beats headphones, or, oh, I have an iPhone, let me buy some AirPods that go with it. Oh, I have an iPhone, let me buy the Apple Watch. They don't need to buy it, but they like the idea of buying it. And yeah, so if they lose an AirPod, right, whether left or the right, what are they going to do? They're just going to buy another one. So it's and when that becomes routine, then it increases more sales. Apple is one of those things, I don't see them being not trendy anymore, because the more products they create, the more people think, oh, this is the new product that comes out. It's not like the Tile. Like Tile, when did that come out? Like 2000 something? Hey. Oh, hold on, you guys. One moment. Hey guys, sorry. Lewis asked me a question really quickly. So let me see over here. Aww. No. He didn't buy any greenies or anything like that. But yeah, so when you have to really think about Apple, and you have to think about the trajectory that that company is going into. And in my opinion, they are just moving forward. Whatever criticism they're getting, they're able to listen to it and then just find ways to get around it. I don't think Apple wants to have bad publicity associated with them. If they truly want to be a strong company, they don't want to be seen on the level of, let's say, something that doesn't seem friendly to the consumer. You see, so that's why having this self-service repair program is really in their best interest. And I think that they're going to continue making moves like this. I think ideally they want to be seen as the company that's hip, the company that is forward thinking, and people should band together because this is the only company that is relevant. This is the only company that tries to push the limit on what is possible. And by them just focusing on this Apple, I don't know what we're going to call it. Apple car? iCar? What do you think they're going to call the Apple car? iCrash? What are you looking for?
My helmet.
Your helmet? Okay, so sorry, this is such a bad stream. It's so distracted. But yeah, see all this stuff, right? Apple cars, Apple whatnot. I'm curious to see after they conquer the Apple car, what else can they expand to after this. This, in my opinion, will be huge for them. I don't think Apple will mess up on this because they've never messed up on any of their product lines, from what I can recall as a consumer, as a person who's seen it. No, I'm sure there's probably going to be tech people out there who's like, well, Erica, don't you know they really should. If it's not coming to my mind or people that I hear, people that I talk to, it's like I've never heard any one of my friends say, oh, Apple really screwed up with on the, I don't know, AirPods or something like that. I haven't heard that. Then I don't think it's really negatively affecting their sales too much for their new product lines. I think sometimes they might have a hiccup and they try to rectify it as soon as they can with the next generation or software update. But they, it just sounds like, hey, we tried to make a new product, we made it, and yeah, there might be a few hiccups here and there, but don't worry, we'll try our best to fix it. Look forward to the next generation kind of stuff. Don't give up on us, and yeah. So this will not be a bomb, as much as some people are wishing ill on Apple, hoping that this car explodes and things like that. Crap, hold on. Is total crap, I know. So yeah, it's like what will Apple do after the Apple car? Bigger and better things, I anticipate. Who knows? Maybe Apple, I don't know, is Apple into real estate? Apple doing some sort of, maybe Apple will get into solar power. Who knows? Maybe they'll get into rockets. I doubt it, but not really thinking of what else they can do. Maybe they make some Apple designed clothing. Like, you remember Porsche design? You guys ever heard about that? Let me show you guys this one. So I think this was a Porsche car. They started making these stores around and see. I always thought they were affiliated with the car. Maybe they're separate, but maybe Apple could make something like that, right? An Apple design lighter, Apple design luxury wallet, Apple design who knows. It would sell for sure, and all the Apple fanboys would look at the design and be like, "Ooh, this looks so nice and sleek. This looks so much better than like the crap that we see in a lot of other stores." And it seems kind of nice, you know. They don't even need to write their name on it. They just need to have a nice little Apple logo on there, and I think it would be a good seller. I can totally see an Apple lighter. I light. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Who knows? So, all in all, Apple stock price has been going up. I know some people, I remember I was talking about having an investment portfolio go up like 20% a year. There are people out there who's like, Erica, that's ludicrous. The company doesn't grow 20%. The stock market doesn't grow 20% in a year. But you look at a tech company, you know, you can look at Apple, you can look at Google, not financial advice, just, it's possible. I think that the only way the stock will go down permanently is if something catastrophic happens to Apple, which I don't see happening. Tim Cook has been CEO since 2011. Even if something happens to him, okay, I'm sure there's going to be another person who is not going to fumble it. For instance, right, Microsoft is no longer headed by Bill Gates, but has it tanked? No, it hasn't tanked at all. You know, it's in good hands. Same with Amazon. Amazon, it used to be, CEO used to be Jeff Bezos, and then he stepped down, and there's this other person. I keep forgetting his name. But yeah, the company moves forward. Apple will move forward. It's not just one person. It's a team of people. It's basically an army of people. And I think they're going to continue doing what they're doing now. So for anybody who is all like doom and gloom, and maybe you'll be like, you know, Apple's at 160 and then it goes down to 142, right? Even if it goes down to 125, I know for a fact it's not going to go down to $39. So don't wish ill on the Apple stock, because if you're betting against Apple, in my opinion, you might win for a little bit, right? You might celebrate if Apple stock goes down 2% in a day, but long term, you won't win, in my opinion. I think that people need to think about this kind of stuff logically, and they shouldn't let their personal feelings against Apple, because I know some people, right, they've been hating hard. Some people hate hard on Apple. I've seen people write in the comment section, that kind of thing. It's just like, dude, it's not a living being. It's a freaking company. And yeah, so with the service repair program, the EV stuff, they're making a new chip for the car. Ooh, doesn't that sound nice? And then all the Apple product line expanding, as well as just going into like little accessories that you wouldn't really think about, but it rewards you if you do have like the latest iPhone. Yeah. Apple will just continue to go up and up and up. And again, even if it goes down, it's not going to stay down, you guys. It's going to keep going up. And that's all I wanted to say today. So, yeah, it's at the all-time highs. Did all this stuff? Tesla, better watch out. Tesla has a couple years. We will see what happens in 2024. That's quite some time. The distance between what Apple produces in 2024, their car, versus what Tesla makes in 2024. Highly, highly, highly curious to see how these companies both evolve. And I would recommend to you guys that don't just sit out and look at the sidelines. You know, if you want to make an investment in one company or both companies, but don't, do a long-term investment strategy. Don't be all like one of those people who it's like, oh, I saw this stock, but it's so expensive, I can't afford it. And then you don't even put $5 in. Come 1 year later, the stock doubles, right? That's not... I know people don't like me talking about things like this, but it's true, because I fell into that trap too. I looked at certain stocks back in the day, years ago, and I thought, it's so expensive, I can't afford it. And now when you look at the price of certain stocks, it's like boom. I can't imagine, like, it's funny to say it this way, but I can't imagine going all in about certain stocks right now at the all-time high prices. It's a little scary. Versus if you go in slowly but surely, $5 a month, $10 a month, people might not think it might not add up to much, but something small, so you at least have at the end of the year, hopefully at least one share. That's gonna go. That's gonna take you much farther than a lot of these bank accounts. I think cash is really trash. I think that people are going to be sitting from the sidelines looking at stocks go up, and then they're going to be thinking to themselves, oh, I should have bought Apple back when it was $80, but I didn't because I thought it was too high already, and then now it's at 160. Now, I made that mistake. But thankfully, when I bought Apple, it was right. I added more before the split came. So there was a split, I think in 2020. I can't remember. I think it was a 4-to-1 split, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So I bought before the split, and then it's obviously gone up since then. Yeah, dollar cost averaging. Yes, that's the word for it. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be selling any of my stocks because I just kind of think what I learned from the crash, when the shutdown, is that I decided to get rid of certain stocks because I thought, oh, they won't be able to recover. Guess what? They recovered and then some. So I took a hit. I took a financial hit because I thought about it. I thought, man, if only I kept my investments in, then I wouldn't have to move things over. However, I did make some smart choices. Some were losers, so I'm still waiting to make back money for those. But all in all, the amount of money that I'm losing from those bad investments is small compared to how much I'm gaining from the winners. And as you guys can see, Apple is definitely a winner for now. I don't see that changing, and I hope that you guys, right, instead of just kind of if you kind of see a company that's growing and you see it just basically turning into an empire and they're just dominating everything, don't just sit back at the sidelines and watch. That's one of the reasons why I invested into Amazon, because I saw Amazon and I thought, man, this thing is a behemoth. It's huge. I thought to myself, I don't see it going under. Now, I have looked into Amazon. I do know that Jeff Bezos has spoken about Amazon having a finite time. He's spoken about it openly. You guys can see it. I think it was back in 2013 or so, 2008, 2013. I can't remember. He said that there is a chance that Amazon could get replaced. However, I don't see who is going to replace Amazon. It's not going to be Walmart. It's not going to be Target. It's not going to be any of these small mom and pop businesses. It's not going to be Dollar Tree. So yeah, it's not going to be the 15-minute food delivery either. That's for sure. 15-minute food delivery doesn't carry the huge selection that Amazon does. So at the current moment, they are on the top of the game. If someone does want to replicate Amazon, or if they do want to replicate Apple, they're going to have a big uphill battle, because let's say if I wanted to make a laptop, right? And I said, let me come out with a laptop right now. I'm going to have so many competitors out in the space. Unless I was able to really differentiate myself, I would be buried. There's HP, as much as I hate that horrible product. There's Dell, there's Dell, there's the Microsoft Surface. There's Asus, there's all sorts of laptops out there. Of course, there's the Apple MacBook. There's Chromebook. What else is there? There's all these Samsung, I believe, makes a laptop too. Yeah, I've seen that too. I don't know anybody who has that laptop. What else is there? There's a Sony. I think Sony makes laptops, or they used to make laptops. Very, very competitive sphere. But what a lot of these laptop manufacturers don't have is, again, they don't have this diverse product line. See that? The smartphones, the tablets, the wearables, the accessories. All this, all that thing. So we will see. we will see. I know I'm getting a little ranty over here, but yeah, see that? So I'm going to read this over here, and let's see. Let's read chat really quickly over here. Nah, I would not. I would not sell Apple. Let's see. You know what? I don't really talk about this stuff, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so right now I'm sitting at close to a 50% gain on Apple. My average cost is $108.55. So I am not in a rush to sell Apple, especially because they do have a dividend as well. It's not a big dividend, but it is a dividend. So yeah, I mean, I could just buy the cat's greenies with some of the dividend, right? Apple is not going to lose face on this project. I guarantee you that. They rather just push it back for another year or another 2 years than come out with something that's subpar. They're not gonna mess it up. What is this? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Amazon is doing with Visa. I do know Visa stock has gone down though. Yeah, but you know what? Even though Apple might have problems with the chip shortage, stock says otherwise. What you need is you need people to just hold the stock up, right? You're not going to have people just start losing faith in Apple. And in fact, I think if the chip shortage continues and starts negatively affecting Apple, it's going to negatively affect everybody, right? So people are just going to hold out and they're going to say, yeah, well, Apple's down, but so is Microsoft and so is Lenovo and so is, other companies as well. And yeah, they're just gonna hold, or there's gonna be a sell off. But once everything recovers, expect Apple to shoot up. Nah, they are unstoppable. Said I really believe they're unstoppable. I don't see Amazon being stopped out anytime soon. Like people like to think that it just take Amazon, I mean Apple's gonna get crippled, but they have so much cash reserves, you guys. It's a ton of money sitting around. It's like they're that rich. Every time people have to upgrade a phone, I hear people saying like, oh, I'm gonna get the newest iPhone. I have never ever heard anybody tell me with excitement, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get a Samsung, I'm gonna upgrade to a Samsung, I'm really excited. There's something about iPhones, I don't know what it is, that when people upgrade from the last season iPhone or last year's iPhone to the newest one, for whatever reason, people get hyped about it. I don't get it. But there's something about Apple iPhones that make people excited. I think part of it is because when you look at an iPhone, maybe it's very distinguishable about what iPhone it is based on the back of it or the front of it. I don't know. So people are thinking of it, it's like their little portable luxury symbol, right? If they want to, let's say, FaceTime with their friends or take a picture, or, they whip it out. It's like, ooh, look, I got an iPhone. So it's turned into like this affordable luxury symbol because people can afford it with, let's say, 2-year contracts, trade-ins, that kind of thing. It makes people feel that they're living a luxurious lifestyle, even if the only luxurious thing that they can afford is their iPhone. It's very powerful stuff. They Apple has a huge cash reserve. Yeah, but if let's say new phones aren't going to be the hype longer, what's going to cause it? People are going to say, okay, I don't see things changing. I think even if people were in debt, they still would go after the new phones because, again, the cost of getting a newer iPhone with like trade-ins or doing some sort of 2-year contract thing, like that subsidized cost, it's pretty attractive. Sometimes people can get the newest iPhone for about $300, $400, and it's usually over $1,000. They have they also, it's not just like they have a lot of cash, and that's good because it's like, well, what else are they going to put their money in? What would you guys prefer that they put their money in? Cryptocurrency? Tesla did that, and you know how Tesla was seen. It's questionable because it's like sometimes people will be like, okay, you want to put into cryptocurrency, sometimes the shareholders won't be into it. Like, what if you put into a cryptocurrency and it goes down, right? Not all cryptocurrencies go up. So yeah, I mean, like I hear a lot of people giving crap about Apple, but I don't really see too much people kind of looking at Apple and saying, "Dang, yeah, they're really doing something. They're really going to last a long time." I think there's a lot of people who are looking to see Apple fail, but it's very delusional because you're expecting people to switch over from, let's say, their AirPods and their iPhone to what, right? Like, what do you want these people to move over to? Okay, you're going to tell them, oh, just get like a Google phone. People are going to say, well, what's so good about the Google phone? Like, what are the benefits of the Google phone? Okay, you want them to move over to what? Some kind of like cheapy phone? Right? Like a Huawei or something? I don't know about that. You see all these banners about iPhones, and yeah, it just kind of solidifies that iPhone appears to be the top phone. It's actually the most visible phone I've seen in New York. Yeah, people invest into Tesla because they see it as a technology company. They don't really just see it solely as a car company. For me, I just kind of, I'm going to be honest here. Like when I look at Tesla, I see it as a combination of hype, and also see it a combination of technology as well. I think Tesla's overvalued? Yes. Do I think that it might crash? Yes. But do I think that it could recover? 100%. I think that it's kind of turned into, people criticize me for this, right? But I feel like it's kind of turned into like GME, but it's more like there's more backing behind GME now. GME, last time I heard, it's close to what? It's over $200. What's holding GME up at that price? It's because people are holding. Yeah, but Apple didn't have a diverse product line as they have now. Now you got these beautiful, innovative looking stores. You got the sleekness of it. This is like the closest thing, in my opinion, to like a luxury computer, right? But it's not like luxury pricing too much, in my opinion. Like you have college students buying this. You have like an educational discount. So Atomic Six obviously wants. I don't know if Atomic Six wants Apple to crash. I know there's gonna be a lot of people listening to this stuff and being like, Apple bad. Apple should go under. I'm gonna short Apple. If you try to short Apple, or if you think Apple's gonna go down to, let's say, $20 without a split, you're gonna be losing a lot of money. But yeah, all I can say is I'm going to continue to hold, continue to add, and we will see. We will see what happens to Apple stock. I have to give them credit where credit is due. I think that they are doing certain things very well. I hope that the sales continue to be up. I don't think that they're gonna have any big competitor to the iPhone. If they do, I'm pretty sure that I don't know what else would be better than iPhone. I hate to say it that way because the phone just makes calls. It looks sleek. It takes clear picture, takes clear video. It has good audio. Unless they have something that's mind-blowingly good for a cheaper price out there and there's advertisement or there's some kind of push that people are aware about it, I'm not seeing people switch over to another kind of phone. I know a lot of people are in this whole thing where they're just saying like I don't like Apple, I hate Apple so much, and it's I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, you guys shouldn't be hating Apple. You guys should be so happy about this little self-repair program. Like, Apple's trying to turn things around. Do I think it's going to be, do I think that it's going to be affordable repairs? No, I think that the parts are going to be expensive. I think people are going to say, oh my gosh, I had no idea that this screen would cost me hundreds of dollars to repair. I thought it might be only like $30. It's like, no, parts are expensive. It's not going to be like, okay, I cracked my iPhone screen, my iPhone 12 screen. Oh, I got like $50. Oh, yeah. Can you accept $50? You don't buy an iPhone if you want to replace your screen for $50, especially not the newest iPhones, in my opinion. Like, premium stuff comes with premium maintenance, premium repair costs. So, yeah, but it's okay. People, they can just replace their Apple product if they really don't want to repair it themselves. And, yeah, I hope they do go for repairs. I hope the repairs are affordable, but something tells me it's probably going to be the same cost that they have it for the authorized stores. You see, like the authorized repair places. So it's not like, oh, all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, you get an iPhone screen and you get an iPhone screen and it's going to be cheaper if you replace it yourself. Most likely they're still going to be making money selling off things like, Apple Care or at whatever they have for the iPhones. There's some kind of plan where they said if you drop your phone or you damage your phone, you only pay $99 if you have the kind of insurance. That's good. That's good for them. I don't think you're going to be able to buy a brand new iPhone 13 Pro screen for $99. What do you want them to do better as a consumer? Like, people preach about this and they say, I want them to be better. Do you want them to sell cheaper stuff? Is that it? Like, what else do you want them to do? If they're going to be doing this self-service repair program, they have every prerogative to have certain price points for it. And this is not a charity. Like, people need to understand this. Like, MacBooks don't need to be $15.99. Yeah, iPhones keep their value pretty well, and I think MacBooks aren't too bad either. I mean, I think that there's always going to be some sort of demand for it versus like, imagine like if you're trying to sell like a 2014 MacBook, you're going to have more of a buyer market for that compared to like a 2014 Dell or a 2014 Google Chromebook, if they even made a Chromebook back in 2014. See? So that's what I want to see. Like, I don't think Apple can do more to help out the consumers. I think that what people would want is they would want cheaper repairs. They would want the price point to be lower, but that's not Apple's, Apple doesn't have to do that. They can just say, we're going to keep our price point. We're going to have this exclusive price point, and if you can't afford it, just take out a loan, do minimum payments on your Visa credit card or something. Like, that's it. It's not their problem. It sounds really cold for me to say it that way, but it's true. If you buy, let's say, a luxury car and if you have an expensive engine issue, do you fault the luxury car for that? No. But yeah, sometimes people just jump on the whole bandwagon about like Apple. But we will see. We will see. So maybe I'll check back in about a year or so or less or what. No, maybe I'll be like, hey, do you remember I did my stream and Apple was at 160? It's at 200 now. And yeah. But even if the stock market goes down, Apple, again, is a stock I am not worried about, for sure. They're very good at pivoting. They're very good at making sure that they don't stay in the... They don't get too much bad PR put on them for long periods of time. I think also Microsoft, right? Microsoft did this whole right to repair stuff too, so Apple's following suit. And yeah, if Apple can position themselves as... okay, you asked for it. We wanted to hold back because of security, but if you guys really insist, we'll make the parts available to you. We'll help you guys out. But if you guys break it, we're not going to fix it. Our Apple geniuses will not fix your boo-boo. Or maybe they will, but, it'll come at a price premium. Like, can you imagine if someone, I don't know, let's put it this way, right? Let's say if someone was supposed to replace a battery in their MacBook, and for whatever reason they accidentally ripped out their ribbon cable. Then what, right? They go back to Apple and they're like, oh, I can't believe I screwed it up. I was, I wasn't looking at what I was doing. I know people think this is ridiculous, right? But let's just make an example here. Right? What would Apple do? Apple could say, oh, you poor thing. I understand it. Well, this is what we can do. We can replace this part and this part for you, but it's going to cost so much money. It's going to cost this much money. What? That's like half the price of a MacBook. Yeah, it's really expensive. Unfortunately, you damage a pretty expensive part on that computer. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm just going to buy another MacBook. I can see that happening. I think I would not be surprised if someone's just like, you got the person who would burn water on the stove just kind of going at it, or accidentally stripping screws because they're like, I can do this. I don't need that torque. I just gonna use whatever I have at home, and then could be an eyesore, could actually be a headache because you're assuming everybody is competent at fixing this kind of stuff. What if, right? What if, for instance, someone tried to replace something and let's say they got water damage on their computer and they thought, oh, it doesn't turn on. Let me buy a battery from Apple. So they buy a battery from Apple. The battery doesn't work. And they're like, Apple, hey, my computer got water damage. I thought I could fix it by just replacing the battery. It doesn't work. Can you take back the battery? Apple might say, no, we're not going to take back the battery. You opened it. You tried it. How do we know it still works? Yep, sorry, no returns. Boom, they made one sale on a MacBook battery. If it isn't cost feasible for them to get their computer repaired, because maybe, like I said, this is going to be moving for the new MacBooks, right? They could just say, screw it. You know what? I don't want to pay $800 for another computer. Yeah, I'm just going to buy another MacBook. So we will see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in terms of sales. I personally think that you'll have people who buy the parts and then they'll encounter some kind of trouble. I wonder logistically, I don't know if they're going to make all the parts available, but I wonder how much of a headache would it be if, let's say, someone says, oh, I have this issue with my computer and I saw this video online and I thought it was just this part, but I put it in and it doesn't work. Can you help me, Apple Genius? Can you help me try to troubleshoot my computer and then tell me how to help me install it? The whole thing where you can go to the Genius bar. Oh my, that would be such a headache. If you have all these people who are like, oh, I don't feel comfortable replacing it, but I bought the part, and then after I opened up my computer, I felt anxiety and I didn't want to do it anymore. Help, though. It would not be surprising. It would not be surprising because you got, like I said, right? You got people who would just look at it and be like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Or I installed it and it's not working. Please help. I can poke fun at these people. I can criticize these people because I see this happening. I can see this turning into some kind of logistical nightmare if you got people who don't know what's really wrong with their computer. They're just poking around thinking that they know how to fix they can diagnose their own computer for whatever reason. And yeah, I also would not be surprised if you see people who say, oh, okay, well, my computer has some kind of problem with it. Let me go and let me bring it to the Genius Bar, and the Genius Bar says, oh, you have a bad logic board, or you have a bad this or that, and they go with it and they buy the part, they replace it themselves, and then if it doesn't work, they're like, how come you told me to buy that part? That didn't end up working. You deceived me. Oh, and if they have a no return policy, right, you can see how it could be very complicated. If you have someone look at a computer and then they say, oh, it looks like this part isn't working, and then they just assume, okay, that's the part I need to buy. That's the problem, right? And if that happens, Apple will confidently be able to say, hey, we tried doing this thing. We did what you guys wanted us to do. Make all the schematics available, make all the parts available. It turned into a logistical nightmare. It turned into a nightmare because people bought these parts thinking it was so easy to replace. People screwed it up. Some people actually damaged their MacBooks even more. And now they just say, screw it. I don't want to repair my own computer. I just wanted to, they might say, like, I don't want to repair my own computer. I feel like a fool for repairing it. I'm just going to bring it to an Apple store, an authorized repair store. I'll just have a professional do it. Why are you almost going to buy Visa because of this stream? You shouldn't be buying any stock because of my streams. I'm just, but I do have to admit, like, I think Visa right now, like Visa, okay, not financial advice, but I think Visa is one of those, like, longevity stocks. I don't see it really going anywhere in terms of disappearing. However, I do think that in terms of growth, there are other stocks that will be better than Visa. But it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, but sad day, a lot of people, they're just going to be all gung-ho about it, right? They're going to say, I think I know what's wrong. I think I know what's wrong. It must be this thing. And then it's like, oh my God. Wait, how do I access my computer to put that thingy in there? Oh, can you, would Apple have to make teardown videos about how to replace parts? Like full teardown videos, because I don't see them doing that. I really don't see Apple doing like detailed teardown videos, like iFixit kind. I see them just kind of doing a general thing, like, okay, just get this torque screwdriver, and then remove the screws in this fashion, take it out, make sure you unplug the ribbon cable connecting the battery to the board, and then undo your screws and put that, like something simple like that I can see. But I wouldn't be surprised if people get pissed off and they're like, wait a second, I don't want to just do the battery. I want to get to my I/O board, and I want to know how to get to that, like those little pieces over there. Like, how do I put my computer back together? I'm having trouble. Apple, can you help me? Like, it would just be, ugh. No, I don't know how it would be, said Dane, but I think that people could blame Apple and say, you made it seem really easy, so I did my own repair, and I actually made the problem worse. And I blame you, Apple. If that actually happened, Apple would have a headache, but they could spin it and say, we're going to yank this program because we tried it for 6 months or a year, and while we did have positive feedback, we also encountered a lot of negatives because people found out they were damaging their own stuff. This is the reason why we do need to have Apple authorized. I can see that. This is the reason why we do have standards. We do have Apple authorized service providers. We do have the Genius Bar, and we encourage people to go to get these things replaced through us or through people that we authorize, so that way people don't cause, more stress on themselves. So yeah, either way, Apple looks good right now. If the program bombs and they have to pull it, Apple will look good. They'll say, well, at least we tried. I hope they don't pull the program. I hope it goes smoothly, but I know there's going to be a few idiots here and there that just kind of ruin it for possibly everybody, depending on what it is, right? Oh, I was replacing a battery and I had, I dropped something on the battery and it pierced it and it caused an explosion. Like that kind of thing, right? I could see that happening. It's like, whoops. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People could say, like, I don't want to read the terms. We'll see. Yeah, so anyway, I gotta get going, you guys. It was nice chatting with you guys, keeping it kind of relatively short. But yeah, I maintain my statement that it will be very interesting and to see what happens for Apple in the future. I think they have a bright future unless all innovation stops. But people, I believe, invest in Apple because they recognize that innovation, just like Tesla. It's I know people would say it's questionable about the Tesla thing, but they do have superchargers. They do make new cars. I don't agree with all their things. They said they want Tesla. I think they said they were getting rid of the turn signals. I can't imagine. Like they wanted to get rid of I forgot the steering wheel. I forgot whatever it was. Right? I was thinking that's so boneheaded. Like innovation is not removing the steering wheel. Innovation is not removing the turn signals. But who knows? It gets people talking about it. So yeah, these kind of companies, if you're able to push out product, people love it, or they view it positively, and you keep making more and more products and it's really unparalleled in terms of the offering, and it just seems to work, then people continue to buy it. And if you can establish yourself as some kind of like luxury laptop brand especially, or a luxury tech brand, that's even more powerful. And Apple is very much succeeding at that. So yeah, you guys take care, and I shall see you.